salute to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Crocker.
Here.
Mortimer.
Here.
Ranieri.
Here.
Grossman.
Here.
Best.
Here. Agenda approval?
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We're going to do citizen participation. We're going to start with a little something, a little bit out of the ordinary. Porter, are you here?
Yeah.
Porter, could you come up? Porter, a lot of people don't recognize Porter, and to be honest with you, I haven't met Porter before tonight. Porter was instrumental. If you've all heard during the fair, we had an accident where a young man crashed his bike, and he crashed his bike, and Porter did what everybody hopes that their children will do, and that is to run to an emergency help. I get emotional because I'm a retired military guy. I have 11 grandchildren, and we all want our kids to do what he did. And that is, he ran to the spring, cradled him, held his head, did what needed to be done, called for help, got help. And this young man was instrumental in making sure that his friend not only lived, but is here with us tonight. So, Porter, we want to thank you for everything you did. We hereby honor Porter Kimberlin, I hope I said that right, by recognizing your extraordinary effort and selfless actions, the City of Cuba, July 21st, 2026. Thank you. Well, hold on. We got a first responder, but a first responder cannot come unless we have an accident victim. So could the accident victim, Sam, you ready? This is true friendship. Now, if you're smart, you'll run as fast as you can before the politics starts. Thank you so much. You're really welcome. Thank you so much. Todd, did you get the message that I sent you?
I did. Did you get my reply?
No, I did not. Okay, we'll discuss that later if that's okay. Okay, citizen participation. First, it would be a Jeremiah Wilson and Tammy Cox.
Tommy. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, I was confused.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, who's going to be Tammy tonight?
Let's go, Tammy. I'll forget that.
First of all, my name is Jeremiah Wilson. I'm the lead pastor at Covenant Grace Church of God here in Cuba. This is our associate pastor of the church, Tommy Cox. I appreciate you taking time to allow us to come and present this. I know that there was a new ordinance passed about fireworks, so what I'm going to present to you is I can approach with some pamphlets that I put together, kind of what we do. This is our biggest outreach event. It's held in the fall every year, typically like the third week of September down at the Cuba Sports Complex. It's called Block Party. This is our 12th year of doing it, and it's been a huge success. And so you can see in this pamphlet, just in a real brief thing, that's our flyer for this year. The next one, you're gonna have a photo collage of pictures just from last year. Reference letters from Sheriff Lehman, Corporal Joe Peer from Highway Patrol, community citizen and business owner Eric Lovis of Lovis Landscaping, and then a testimonial from a first-time attender last year, just to kind of give you a feel of what the event is about if you haven't been there. But I would direct your attention to the last page because that's the one that I want to make sure that we are aware of. This event is totally free. We have free food, games, pony rides, just keep trying to grow it every year. And so at the end of the night, what we've done is a huge fireworks display. And it's really quite something to watch and be a part of. And the last page, Steve Richmond is the one that conducts that for us. So with this huge of a firework display, it's not something we're doing on our own. He always coordinates that for us through Brummett. He's the one that puts our package together for our fireworks. And I wanted to make sure that we still have permission to go ahead and do the fireworks. We're totally set up down at the Cuba Sports Complex. I talked to the Morelands, who head up the ball program down there. But again, I basically just wanted to make sure we were crossing our T's and dotting our I's and doing what was right by appearing. And then also to extend an invitation, if you've not been part of Block Party, I would highly encourage you, if you can make it, to come out and see it. You can read through the testimonials on your own time. I believe it's a powerful thing that we do in the community. And it's not just about our church anymore. It started on our complex and our campus back in 2014, but it's outgrown that, and that's why we moved to the Cuba Sports Complex. And then in the future, we're looking to keep expanding that and move it to a bigger location. So, but that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it, and that's what I'm presenting. I'd be willing to answer any questions that you might have.
That license good enough?
I'm sorry?
Is that license good enough for the fireworks?
It's something that we'll have to check. I think so, but I do not know. Anybody else look at it?
He helps out at the 4th of July celebration with the Bromans. He's also
I think
fire department for a lot of years.
I think it's okay. I don't see why it would not. Does anybody else have any input? The only input that I have, if it's okay, is we live in that subdivision right next to the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of brand new babies in that neighborhood, and there's also a lot of elderly people in that neighborhood. So last year during fireworks, it was mentioned, I was an alderman at that time, it was mentioned that it went way too late, and the fact that it was extremely loud, and we just got through with fireworks and at the 4th of July, and could it be moved to Hood Park? I was like, I don't know. That's something that'll have to be approached. So I'm going to ask, is there a possibility that it could be moved to Hood Park where it's not right beside a housing area?
That's interesting to bring that up. That is actually the location that I'm wanting to move this event to. As our church is growing, and one thing, Pastor Tom being our associate pastor, we've also moved him and his wife to being a coordinator of the Block Party. So I'm just still kind of the vision of it and overseeing it. But we want to move the block to Hood Park because literally the overall vision is to make it look like the Niagara County Fair, only for free, with everything there, with live music and all of that. So this year, that's not a possibility. We've already got everything in motion to be at the sports complex. If we would be granted permission to do the fireworks, upon your approval in that, that is the thought of moving towards Hood Park.
Okay.
And we can give notification to the residents in the community. We do the event from 4 to 8, and of course with fireworks, that gives us time to get into the night hours so that it's dark. Because we shut off all the lights, and like I said, it's quite a display. So, and if you look at closely, you probably know.
Yeah, we know. I mean, I love them. My dogs
Sure.
don't like them, but I
Sure.
love fireworks.
Absolutely.
So, and all my grandkids always watch it, so it's good for me. Of course, the dogs, and then there's a couple of people that have
I'm
brand
wrong
new
on the
babies.
debate, but like I get it's a cool event. I guess got a lot of support. I'm not here to be a state, but
So I told them I would mention that to you and see if you could, but since it's a little late in the process and you can't, they were okay with you still doing it if you wanted to do it.
Sure.
We need to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to
I'll
allow
second
it.
it.
Okay. We have a first and we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Did you have something to say?
I thought he was going to bring up a question, or he just voted early. He voted early, never mind.
All right, the motion passes. You can do
appreciate that so much.
When
Thank
you
you.
organize your 2027, let City Hall know what they can pick out so we can get you on the calendar for Good Park then.
Okay, that sounds good. Because basically the setup and everything, we have coordinated just all the sports clubs and everything for that whole day. So, but yes, we appreciate that. Like I said, the vision is to continue to make it bigger and better, so.
Thanks, guys, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Looking forward to it.
What day is it this year?
September 19th. Thank you.
You got it, Joe, thanks. Okay, citizen participation continued. Anyone else? All right, moving on. Regular meeting minutes of July 7th, 2026.
Motion.
We have a motion to accept. Second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? All right. Bills to be paid.
Are we still showing in the red?
I'm sorry?
Are we still showing?
Only on the general fund. We still have cash in the account, but yeah, we're red on the general fund. Yeah, as long as you got cash in the bank, it's kind of like business as usual until we figure out what we're gonna do to solve our problems. Thank you, Jim.
Motion to pay the bill.
Second.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Mayor appointment. Ben Scharfenberg to Assistant City Marshal, Assistant Chief of Police.
I would like to ask, Emily, do we have to have that assistant, city marshal / assistant?
It's not required by state law,
It's
or
not
ordinance that I'm aware of, doesn't mean you can't, but it's not a requirement.
We do-
Okay, because I talked to Doug.
Your ordinance requires it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll read this off. Section 200.080, Assistant Marshal created. It is hereby established the office of Assistant Marshal of the City of Cuba, Missouri. The Assistant Marshal of the City of Cuba will be appointed by the mayor with approval of the majority of the Board of Aldermen, and said Assistant Marshal will hold his or her office at the pleasure of the mayor and the majority of the members of the Board of Aldermen. The salary of the Assistant Marshal will be fixed by resolution or motion of the Board of Aldermen from time to time. The duties of the Assistant Marshal will be confined to functions pertaining to the enforcement of the ordinances of the City of Cuba, Missouri, record keeping in connection with activities of the Police Department of the City of Cuba, and as may be directed by the Mayor of the City of Cuba, Missouri. I met with Doug and Ben already. Doug said Ben by confirmation that he is already doing the functions of the Chief of Police or the Assistant. So by appointment, since the ordinance requires us to have one, I asked Ben if he would like to serve as that title as a captain. He made a statement, I still like the title captain, so we would still refer to him as a captain, if that's okay with you, Ben. But he will be our assistant marshal unless we should change the ordinance or not, no longer have it.
Well, couldn't we just change the ordinance now? Because I talked to Doug and he said he didn't think we needed this, and Ray says this was from back when we had a marshal. So,
Yes, sir.
Ordinance not eighty. May I make that statement? When that was done, is when we had two people, just the city marshal, which, I mean, the marshal was the elected official, and one other person. That's what that was for.
So are we gonna be in compliance with the ordinance, or are we gonna just disregard the ordinance and decide to change?
I say disregard the, disband the ordinance.
Usually we have an ordinance.
Well, if you have an ordinance that requires it,
And,
then you would not be in compliance with it. It's not required by state law, but you can make it so by local ordinance.
but it's so long ago,
You
can we
can hire
just
it, or
change
you
it?
can change it.
So we can change, we can delete it? Can we make a motion to delete that ordinance?
I think we need to put that on the agenda for the next meeting. That wasn't on the agenda, if that's what you choose to do instead of an appointment.
It's not that we don't feel that the job is needed, because Ben's already serving and doing the duties that go with it. It's basically just a title.
Just the title.
Even at appointment, if he accepts the appointment, doesn't mean that he has to follow that. He doesn't have to follow that title, he can still be referred to as captain.
He's still referred to as a captain.
But we just don't need that title. We already have the captain title, and he is the second in command. And that was from back when we had a marshal, so why don't we just
What
hold?
I'm saying is, we put the agendas out, you knew we were gonna address this issue, there was no calls to be made. So the agenda is here tonight to vote on whether or not we are assigning Ben the position of the assistant marshal. By the ordinance, that is required. So are we gonna, do we have a first and a second?
Anyway, by the ordinance, it says assistant marshal.
Correct.
Yeah, it's nothing to do, that ordinance doesn't say a word about keeping.
If you will look, it says Ben Sharpenberg to assistant city marshal / assistant.
No, that's what it says, but that's not what the ordinance.
Well, then he will be the assistant city marshal.
Now that is what the ordinance,
Yes.
not the chief of police.
And if you want to vote that out later, we can do that, but we have to put it on the agenda.
Well, we can table this and put that on the agenda to,
You have that option.
I
But
make
you
a
will be
motion
out
to
there.
I
table
would
this.
second that
And
motion.
put that on the agenda to phase that out, because that was, I know it's I've been here my whole life, and used to only be 2 police officers in Cuba.
So we have a
No, we
motion
don't.
and a second
So
to table.
do we just choose not to abide by ordinance?
Well, next meeting, we can put on there that we will change that ordinance.
I think if you're addressing the fact that you don't want to vote on the appointment tonight, and you intend to address changing the ordinance at your next meeting,
You have to vote it down.
Okay?
you can either, if that's your recommendation, but you have to have a motion, and you have to present that, and you have to let them vote and see if they approve it or not approve it, and then put it on, if it doesn't pass, put it on next meeting to amend the ordinance.
So, again, we have ordinance that requires it. We do the first, the second, the discussion, and if you want to table it, you vote no on it, or if you don't want the ordinance, then you have to vote no on it, and you have to bring it to council at the next meeting.
We have a motion and a second to table, and next,
Yeah, so there was a motion and a second.
Well, but this isn't a motion, this is a mayor's appointment.
Yeah.
The board, it's up to the board to approve or not approve the mayor's appointment.
That's what I'm saying. You just have to turn it down.
Well, if we do appoint it and change it later, it's just a matter of paper.
we don't have to
Since-
appoint it now and then change it next meeting.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go to another meeting anyway. I'm telling you, we need
So
to be in
It's
line with
semantics
our
at this
ordinance.
point.
He is correct in the fact that we would have to vote it down and then change the ordinance at the next meeting. The thing is, it's a matter of semantics when it comes
Okay, I
to.
pull my motion.
And it's, I agree, there's been a motion to table it, but basically we have to vote
To do what it says.
either to appoint or to not to appoint.
Either about
Okay, so you can rescind your motion to table, I'll rescind mine, then I make a motion not for the mayor not to appoint it.
You need to just,
Vote no on
you
the
need to just take
appointment.
a, you need to take a vote on the appointment, yes or no.
Got a motion on the motion? The mayor's appointment is that we assign Ben Sharpenberger as the assistant marshal per ordinance 200.080. Take a vote, roll call.
There's been no motion.
You can't, it's not a motion.
It's just an
Appointment, it's an appointment. We vote.
I say no. Cracker? Remark?
No.
Renee?
No.
Wiseman?
No.
No.
I veto that motion. I'll put it in writing because we have an ordinance that requires that. So therefore, I will enact a veto appointment. And if you want to change something, then you have to do it in the proper way. We have an ordinance that requires it. We don't want to get in the habit of just telling everybody that we don't want to abide by the ordinance. We do the ordinance and then we vote to change that at the next meeting. We have to have 2 meetings regardless. So, put it in writing.
Okay. I'll have a ordinance, never mind, I'll talk to you later about it. Nice this time.
Mayor's appointment to the Planning and Zoning Committee. We have 2 expired positions on the Planning and Zoning Committee. Randy Tyner, he will be reappointed and has accepted position on 7/21/26. His will expire 7/21/30. Then, sorry. Becky Ness, appointed 07/21/26, will expire 7/21/30 for a 4-year term. Becky.
What was the first Randy
Becky. Randy Tyner. Tyner, he's the current president of the planning and zoning.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Socket fiber discussion. Andy was supposed to be here today. He's not here. Do you guys want to speak to what you're proposing to the council?
I'm Kurt River, I'm with Socket Fiber, and what we've approached the city about doing is building a fiber to the home network here in Cuba. I believe the agreement was for the ability to get on the pole. We would still have to work with Andy to make sure everything worked well with what he's doing, but this is the pole, or the agreement just outlined our ability to do this.
I know one of the things that Andy had talked about was the fact that if the elevation on the pole, how high the cables could get or whatever. Did you guys get a chance to talk to him?
I talked to him, and he basically, I mean, I think it's in the agreement. We have to meet the rules that are, what is it, the National Electric Code.
Yes,
So I mean, it's
not a clearance, so we'll have to change that pole or raise the other utilities so we would have adequate clearance.
And you guys are okay with it?
yeah. I mean, we've done this in a number of cities, and that's a standard process.
Yes.
I think Andy sent you a proposed
He did
agreement
send us
that we
one,
already
and we,
used, is that right?
yeah, it didn't have our name on it, that's the one that's his
Right.
name, but we were, yes, we ended up.
The substance of the agreement was fine.
Yeah.
Okay, he said, okay.
And it's very similar to the one that EPUA puts out.
Yes.
Your members of, so it's their basic agreement. When we see that a number of times, we operate under.
So what is Socket Fiber?
We're a fiber to the home company out of Columbia, Missouri. We've been in business since 1994, starting with dial-up, but we've been doing fiber since 2011.
So this is for internet services?
Yes, for internet service, we also provide phone.
It's also telecommunication services as well.
Okay, so it's landline support as well. I call it landline instead of cell. So-
Yeah, it'd be, home phone or.
Phone or business phones, we'll provide everything from advanced business services to residential phone service. But the main thing is the broadband services where we obviously see the most demand.
It's in direct, you're in competition with, Charter, basically.
I would say
They're
that's
supply cable and some fiber in places, but yeah.
Right.
And they do internet to the home and stuff, yeah. Yep, we compete with them in a lot of areas, and Brightspeed and, AT&T.
And they're all ran on the same poles, right?
Yeah.
In some cases, yes.
Except for Brightspeed does some under.
Right. I mean, they have stuff underground, as we go out to town with their.
So we have it up for approval. We'll need this first and a second.
Did Andy approve it?
Yeah, Andy said it's okay.
I think you said that.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Now, just so I can clarify, we are ready to move forward to get an
agreement
agreement,
in
contracts,
place.
and
Correct.
then we'll present it.
Yes.
Okay. Gotta make sure.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, legal release on 608 Crestview, discussion approval. Michael?
spoke with Bob on this matter. So it looks like 1961, they put these houses in, and there was a $100 fee tacked on, and then I think in this situation, the $100 fee was paid through a building permit. So I think the $100 fee is taken care of, so do not have any worries there. I think we're ready to move on.
So we can release the lien?
Yep.
Motion to release the lien.
Okay.
Second.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next.
6-month financial statement discussion and approval.
According to ordinance, which was just recently discovered, 6-month statement is supposed to have been brought to city council for approval. So, that's what's before you today is for your approval, and then to be, approved and put into the paper for, according to RSMO. So that's what I'm asking for approval today, is just approval of the 6-month statement. Most cities do not get approval before council, so that may be something that we want to look at in the future, is whether we want to continue this process. RSMO just requires the 6-month statement be put into the paper every 6 months. So, it is a requirement, a state statute requirement. It has to be done no matter what. No matter what the numbers are, so.
To be posted in the paper,
To be
right?
posted in the paper,
Okay,
whether you approve or not, it still has to be done.
okay. So we're just going the extra step by approving it before it
Correct.
goes in the paper.
Correct.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Anybody dispute? Thank you. Street department, street repair bids. Looks like we only had one.
Only one?
This is good.
There was 2 of them that I contacted, both of them came down and went over the streets. I made it perfectly clear that, matter of fact, I called up here, that both of them was to be turned in yesterday by 4 o'clock. So there was 2 bids supposedly to be turned in.
We only got one now. All right, we got MU West Contracting Company, bids this at $395,012.50. You wanna look this over, Al?
I haven't looked at it.
You wanna look at this? Unless it's a rush and if you wanna go back out for bids, we can, or not have to set bids, just
Say you're gonna get this done, we get like a base of it, successful.
Normally, they only have one bid.
Yeah. So, all right. We have to present it to the council.
So I reject that. Waiting on that money in it.
I think, memory serves me, it's around 372 or 382, I can't.
It's way higher than what we estimated.
Yeah.
We would have to go through every line item on that to determine which portion of that should be capital improvement funding, and see if anything could be, if the capital improvement portion of that needs to be elevated, that we could pull more capital improvement funding in. Otherwise, then you would have to redo your budget for more funding, on the construction portion of it, it's for those transportation trust.
In other words, you say it's workable.
So Al.
Well, I would need to look at it, I can't say that for sure.
And since we only had one bid, if, we have the capability of rejecting bids, correct? Can we go back out for bid?
Well, does that not meet the requirements in any way?
Yeah, it's way out.
I mean, the option, in my opinion, would be for me to examine it and then come back at the next meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So we can table it and have you examine it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Alan, do you think that met scope of what you're asking for in your brief look, or?
I personally want, I want the opinion of the street department, because he's gonna be the one maintaining it after it gets put in and all that. I think you have.
Well, for what I gotta do, I gotta go through and estimate about what I'm thinking it's gonna be. I went a little bit higher than, like you would always do, and that came up a little bit higher than what I anticipated.
But everything's gone up.
Yeah, and I don't know the price of what everything goes up on. But I will say this company's worked very diligently with us. Just last year, one of their machines fell through the street. There's no way they should fall through our streets.
Right.
They packed their equipment up and left, gave us time to go in and redo the streets. They brought a whole new crew back in. Different machine, different type of setup on this one, and finished the street for us at no extra cost, didn't penalize us for nothing. That's what they do. They go over and above and beyond to help us. They're all local, a lot of local people. And they've done other things for us in the past. When they get here, it's like, what about this here? Don't worry about it, we'll take care of it. We've got that from them from numerous times, but this is kind of your call.
Yeah, well, I think Jennifer's right. Let's see if we can make the budget work and figure out where it's gonna come from.
I make a motion, we table, let Jennifer look over.
I'll second that.
You have a second?
I got Trevor first.
Okay.
Trevor.
Let's do a roll call.
Dallas.
Talking about, let's go here.
Yeah.
So if they're talking about tabling it, table until we find out.
We probably gotta move pretty quick on that though.
Yeah, next meeting,
By next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then both of you can look over it and see if you think it's okay, right?
Grossman.
Yes.
Next meeting. Turner.
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Hartzell.
Yes.
All right. Promulgation statement. This is for the emergency management action plan, emergency management plan discussion and approval. Let's go that route first, and then we'll do the promulgation statement. Emergency action plan calls for us to have an emergency management director position. That is by ordinance number 670. The director will be appointed by the mayor and shall serve the pleasure of the mayor. The director shall have direct responsibility for the organization, administration, and operation of the local emergency management activities. The director shall be responsible for maintaining records, accounting for the use and disposal of all items of the equipment placed under the jurisdiction of the emergency management agency. This is a sworn-in position that's required, has always been required. We have not, as far as I can tell, we have not had somebody that's actually been sworn into this position. But anyway, we have an emergency action plan. It has not been updated since 2012. The county is currently updating theirs, and ours will kind of ride theirs, kind of mirror theirs in a lot of ways. I've talked to Warren on that. So we are putting together ours. I've already done quite a bit of the work on the front end. And then my appointment will be, I talked to the individual today. We have agreed on the past EOC person was handling not only the sirens, but the warming center, the cooling center, and was also doing the EOC job, was not really doing the EMD job. So the EMD position, it is just like EOC, except for without the warming and the cooling center activities or the sirens. Those are currently being ran by the police department by ordinance. So we have recommended that Michael Montgomery become the EMD, because if an emergency happens, he will be in the perfect position. Now that we have a public works supervisor, he'll be in the perfect position to actually to do that job as well. It will be a $6,000 separate check for him instead of the $12,000, since some of the duties are not there that the past EOC guy had. It'll be a $6,000 position, and those are the functions that he has to do. So we're asking tonight that we consider that. We do not have to vote on him tonight. but we have to establish an emergency, management director position, hopefully by next meeting. We're supposed to have one by law, and it has to be a sworn position by oath.
You interested in that?
Yeah.
I let him read the books and everything on there,
So
so
we can do it tonight?
Make
As
a
long as we go ahead and do it.
I second
Get that
it.
position filled.
we have a motion, we have a second, a roll call on that.
Marcel,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Marmeyer,
Yes.
McCary,
Yes.
Rosen,
Yes.
Betts.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What? When does he get sworn in next
This is
week?
what he's, I don't have anything for him to sign.
You wanna wait until next week and do the swearing in? I mean, next council meeting and do the swearing?
We swear in.
I don't care, we don't.
Follow ordinance, what if we have a tornado?
I've got it right here.
Swear in.
Let's go. Is it down there?
Bear with me, I don't know this one.
I don't either.
It's kind of a weird.
Please, I got it.
Alright.
Please need recess for a moment.
Okay.
Do what?
I got one here. Oops.
Are we recessing or can I
Excuse me.
continue?
No, you can continue. We have enough for.
Okay. Raise your right hands. I state your name.
I, Michael Montgomery,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri
against all enemies,
and against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will carry it
well and faithfully discharge
well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties which I am
About to enter.
about to enter.
I do further swear or affirm
I do further swear or affirm
that I do not advocate,
that I do not advocate,
nor am I a member of any political party
nor am I a member of any political party
or organization
or organization
that advocates the overthrow
that advocates the overthrow
of the government of the United States of America
of the government of the United States of America
or the state of Missouri
or the state of Missouri
by force or violence,
by force or violence,
and that during such a time
and that during such a time,
as I am a member of the City of Cuba
and I am a member of the City of Cuba
Emergency Management Agency,
Emergency Management Agency,
I will not advocate nor become a member
I will not advocate nor become a member
of a political party
of a political party
or organization that advocates
or an organization that advocates
the overthrow of the government
the overthrow of the government
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
or the state of Missouri
or the state of Missouri
by force or violence.
by force or violence.
This is the longest one I've ever done.
Welcome to the United States Armed
And I
Forces.
didn't have a cheater with my copy on there. Pick me up.
They want you to be a
Ooh,
spy.
very similar to the
Lovely.
Could have warned me before that.
We could have wrapped us if we didn't know.
No kidding.
Explain why no one was ever sworn in.
All right, with that said, now we have to do the promulgation statement, discussion approval. Promulgation statement, the last one I can find signed was signed by Ray Mortimer.
It's right below.
Oh.
Big day.
Okay, the officials of the City of Cuba, in conjunction with the State Emergency Management Agency, have developed an emergency operations plan that will enhance their emergency response capability. This document is a result of that effort. It is designated to promote the coordination of statewide emergency services and the use of available resources to minimize the effects of a major disaster, natural or otherwise, on life and property of the citizens of Missouri. It also incorporates the principles and processes of the National Incident Management System and the Incident Command System. This plan, when used properly and updated annually, can assist local government officials in responding to and recovering from the effects of natural and man-made disasters. This plan and its provisions will become official when it has been signed and dated below by the concurring government officials. So this promulgation will have to go through the alderman and through the mayor. And what it's basically saying is that our emergency action plan that we currently have in place, we accept to use. Now, it has not been updated since 2012. The promulgation sheet that's supposed to be signed annually has not been signed since 2018. So we are going to make these things right. We will get Michael, will get with me. We are going to get with Warren. They are rewriting the county one as we speak. As soon as that is done, we will get with them and we will redo our emergency action plan to kind of mirror theirs with all their information that they have. We have already updated all the points of contact in our emergency action plan. That has been done. Thanks to Leslie for pulling all that information together in the office. So that was fantastic. We gave her a list and within days we had everything that we possibly needed. So all of that is in our emergency action plan, which is kept, by the way, in Laney's office at this time here in City Hall. So if we have an emergency action, the person to reach out to now will be either Michael Montgomery or myself as the mayor.
And who, refresh my memory, who's all sitting on the current EOC committee?
There is no EOC committee.
The Board of Aldermen, there wasn't?
The EOC committee doesn't exist because we never established the position of the EOC.
Okay, so we need to establish aldermen into that committee.
What we will do is we will establish an alderman committee to work with the emergency management director plan.
One step at a time.
Yeah, it'll actually, if we don't have the EOC because it was never established by ordinance or anything, the EOC was just a building, but it became more than that. I'm not sure how EOC became an acronym or whatever.
Staying over there, right?
Yeah, it's staying over there. Yeah. So once we get everything back to working and everything in the folder, then we will establish a committee to work with us to do it. And if you want to be on that committee, all you gotta do is let me know. We need 2 members, okay? Lou and Joe. Okay. So we will add that to our committee. It will be the Emergency Management Plan Committee. So,
We need to have them to clean their stuff out of our.
I've already gotten with them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna clean one side of the room out. They're getting the other side of the room. Now, we don't need that whole room. We've come up with an alternative, so I'll talk with you, Jeff, and Lou on that. But they are gonna go through and mark everything that needs to be removed, and then we'll get with Mike and with Jerry and all the public works guys. We'll move out what's ours, what's theirs, that's in there that they won't move out. They're responsible for getting it out themselves. So, if they stay around with us, as you requested, so.
Yeah.
All right, so we will need to sign this before you leave tonight, all of you.
I thought we were gonna make up a new one before we signed it.
A new what?
A new
Action plan.
action plan.
Well, no, you have to do the promulgation saying that we're gonna use the current one until we get the new one rewritten.
And then when the new one's rewritten, we have to re-sign it.
And that'll take a little while because it's gonna ride the county, and the county is currently doing theirs right now, so. I've got one. All right. Bear with me, folks, until they're finished signing the sheets. I'll go ahead with the pickleball court monument sign bids, discussion and approval. We only got one. Received July 13, 2026. We reached out to 3 people. And this one comes from Rock Ranch Monuments. Chinese monument quote attaches a visual representation of the 48 by 48 by 8 against China Family Foundation Pickleball Court, Pickleball Complex Monument. Delivery and install is quoted at $2,400. These are the pictures. Production time is 3 to 9 weeks from date of deposit. We require 50% down to send the monument into production, and the rest is due upon delivery. If an exact date must be set, we would install on August 28th. We will install on the existing concrete as requested. Motion? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Will you notify? All right, food truck policy discussion and approval has been tabled. However, one of the people that was instrumental in setting the policies up and everything, the reason it got tabled is it was supposed to come to us today via the process through our legal, and unfortunately Lance was not feeling well, so he had to go home early today, so we were not able to finish the process and have it for discussion tonight. Todd, you showed up and wanted to give an alternative or something to?
Yes, sir. Can I come up?
Sure, yeah.
All right, so my name's Todd, with All American Food Company. I was on the powwow that we were talking about, the additional charge for food trucks operating on city property. Initially, I referenced a bill that was going through the process. There's a delay on that bill now. I'm staying up abreast to it, and eventually I hope it passes because it'll make a lot of things easier for food trucks specifically. But in light of it not being fast tracked as fast as we would like it to be as food truck vendors, I came up with an alternative that I wanted to offer. Instead of a fee for every setup that a food truck does on city property, because honestly, there's really not many. I might get 3 a year. I think it would behoove the city, in the current financial situation of the city, to go ahead and just raise the overall price of the business license across the board. St. James, and I don't like paying $100, but they're $100. Rolla is, I believe, 75. Cuba is a, it's been the same price for a long time. And honestly, we have a lot of food trucks in Cuba that come to Cuba because we have historic 66, we've got 19 intersection, we've got floaters going right down the road. It's good, but we don't set up on city property. So I think the thought process behind the overall thought process of we have food trucks are here, we can do this, you're really not going to see much money in my opinion. And in all honesty, you might see even less because if I have to pay $50 every event, I'm going to end up going somewhere else, and then my tax revenue goes with me, to that next place. But that's just the alternative I thought of. I think it's well within reason, and I think most businesses understand that prices are going up.
Are you talking about just for the food trucks, or are you talking
No,
about?
businesses in
Across the
general.
board, sir?
Across the board. I don't want to create an environment where,
That's against them.
I don't want to create an environment where food truck operators and owners feel like they're being penalized with an impromptu tax every time they want to do business. We still do all the same licensing and all the same inspections and criteria that a brick and mortar would do. The only difference is our maintenance is different because we chose a much scaled down version. And it creates the opportunity for us to do mobile, as everyone knows. But the reality is that we really got to pinch pennies. Is our overhead is although reduced, so is our profit margin.
So are you still okay with the charge if you hook up to the electric bill?
Well, that bridge would have to be crossed.
If you decide to use electric?
I think in a lot of instances, like for instance, going to the soccer program in August for the one night, I'm going to be using my generator because where they're placing me, there's no electric.
Gotcha.
But for events, like the fair, don't they already cover the electric portion of it? Because we pay a fee to them for electric. And that's something that had to be done on your side.
Yeah,
but-
that's
but-
something that we're researching right now, because no, we're not. Any of the pedestals that don't have RVs on them, we're not getting paid for the electric.
Well, then there would be a double charge. And there's a miscommunication somewhere on your end that would make it to where we feel like we're getting robbed because we're paying for it twice. So that would have to be addressed at your level. I'm just,
So you're saying you're paying the fair board for electric right now?
well, when I set up, when I sign up, they ask if I want electric, and I say yes. And that's in my cost.
So there's a different charge
Yeah.
for no electric and electric.
Get more additional fee.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, that's not just here in Cuba. For like Freedom Fest in Steelville, same applies. I can pay less if I don't want electric, but I have to run my generator. But if I do want electric, I do pay that price for electric. And that goes to the event coordinator, because the event coordinator is traditionally, and the way that we see it, they're the ones that are hosting the event, they're the ones that are paying the bills. They collect the fee from us, but, when we have to go to multiple different places, I'd rather not go.
Do we receive any, Jennifer, do you know, do we receive a check or anything to cover electricity from the fair board? All right. Todd, thank you for those inputs.
Sure.
We'll get our stuff back from the legal counsel, and then we will kind of talk about those issues. So it looks like we'll probably table things for now on the food truck stuff until we work out some other issues, and then we'll go from there.
If any of you have any questions, feel free
Thank you
to
for
get in
coming.
contact with me.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm assuming that on the spot with electric that he's talking about, they're considering it as a spot rental, an increased rental fee with electric, and they're not thinking of that as, he is paying for electricity. A lot of vendors, or a lot of events do it that way, charge more for spots with electricity.
Gotcha.
It's basically the same thing as campers. You're paying 120 for electric, you're paying 60 for a generator. And it's the same concept, right?
It's the same concept, the difference is the 120 is coming to us from the county.
We've just not enforced the electricity on the commercial side. I think on that side, we've just not asked that to come up.
That would be.
And just for everybody's situational awareness, there's no meters where the vendors plug in. It's all connected to the lights, so wherever that meter is, that's probably where you're gonna see the increase in usage. If I don't know what the city wants to do, or if it's in the budget, but putting a meter on individual ones, just like they put the new automatic ones that they can be turned on and off here, something like that would be feasible too. That way, number one, they can't be used outside of, the event being authorized. But, also, you guys will probably be able to keep better track of where that funding is ultimately being squandered. You know, if it's not making it to pay the bill, where is it going?
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Okay, police chief report, nuisance report. Yeah.
As far as nuisance, I wasn't advised of any updates on any nuisances. It was a busy week last week with fair. Doug has asked for approval. Obviously, our previous K-9 officer resigned, and we would like approval to appoint Mark Friedman as the K-9 officer, assign a K-9 to him, and make him the dedicated K-9 officer. That would require 4 weeks of training at a cost of $2,000 for that training, plus hotel and food expense for that training. So he just requested approval to be able to get Mark signed up.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
And to caveat that, now that we have a first and a second for discussion, I met with Chief of Police Doug Sheldon, and also with Mark, and Mark was like, you know, what I get paid for having the dog is all I want to get paid in addition to what I already make, and this will work good. He loves the dog gets along great with him, so it's a win-win situation that Mark volunteered to do, so. Okay, we have a first and a second. Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Mayor, I need to swing back around to number 5 on the agenda.
Okay.
So after that discussion about the appointment, I went back and reviewed the city ordinances and the state statute, and any assistant marshal is to hold their office at the pleasure of the mayor and the majority of members of the board of aldermen. And the state statute requires the consent and approval of a majority of the members of the board of aldermen. So the mayor does not have authority
Did I stand corrected?
to veto that. I just need to clarify.
That just keeps us from having a special meeting, because that's exactly what my next move was going to be. So, thank you. I stand corrected. Okay, ordinance, bill number 2230. Okay. Bill number 2230. Motion to have the first reading of bill number 2230.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to enter into an agreement with Utility Safety and Design, Inc., USDI, for mapping and compliance services required for the operation of the natural gas system.
Motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2230. Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Hartzell.
Yes.
Cracker.
Yes.
Morgan.
Yes.
Renier.
Yes.
Roseman.
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion to approve the second reading of bill number 2230.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call. No, all in favor?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city to enter into an agreement with Utility Safety and Design, Inc., USDI, for mapping and compliance services required for the operation of the natural gas system.
Motion to approve the second reading of bill number 2230.
Motion.
Second. Roll call.
Best.
Yes.
Roseman.
Yes.
Renier.
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Cracker.
Yes.
Hartzell.
Yes.
All right. Bill number 2230 becomes special ordinance 971. on this 21st day of July 2026. Okay, bill number 2231. Motion to have the first reading of bill number 2231.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance approving the 2027 fiscal year wages and salaries for employees of the city of Cuba, Missouri, as provided for in the city's 2027 fiscal budget.
Motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2231. Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Marzella?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Mortimer?
Yes.
Ranieri?
Yes.
Grossman?
Yes.
Best?
Yes.
Motion to have the second reading of bill number 2231.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance approving the 2027 fiscal year wages and salaries for employees of the city of Cuba, Missouri, as provided for in the city's 2027 fiscal budget.
Motion to approve the first reading of bill number 2231.
Motion.
Second. Roll call?
Best?
Yes.
Grossman?
Yes.
Ranieri?
Yes.
Mortimer?
Yes.
Crawford?
Yes.
Marzella?
Yes.
Motion to have the second reading of bill number 2231. Oops, sorry.
We're done.
Sorry, we're done.
We got him.
I'll try to do it again.
I don't want to do
Third
it.
time's a charm.
All right, moving on to old, unfinished, and new
What's the
business.
number?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of defunct here.
It's not necessary.
969, sorry.
972.
No, 2231. Bill number 2231 becomes special ordinance
972.
972. I think that's wrong. No problem. All right, old, unfinished, and new business. Joyce?
No.
Russ? Ray? Lou? Karen?
How's the auction going on? You guys got that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
It's in the papers, it's in the paper until July 31st at 4 o'clock, so, yep, just waiting on bids to come in, so,
Because I think it hit Facebook today, didn't it? I seen it today.
yeah, so,
So it's on all social media, it's been in the paper.
yep.
A lot of these, they don't come until the last day. People wait till the very last day.
Jeff?
On the electric situation at the fair, how does that get billed?
It's not a meter that I can bill, so I'm actually having this conversation with Andy. And
I took pictures of those meters.
yeah, so they're not meters that come to me.
These are meters over on
Yep.
the side. Do those ever get read? And
Are you talking about the camping?
talking about over by the playground equipment and the lake of those meters.
Around the mud pit, where all the food trucks are.
That's
I-
weird.
I would have to ask.
They did not hook up to that power. I
Yeah.
went over to validate that. That's
Yeah.
where all the Carney stayed and everything, and they ran a generator the whole time. That ran all of their bathrooms, the whole stuff, whatever. They had a big generator sitting up in the middle. I did not see anybody hooked up to those pedestals over there.
I'll go take pictures of those meters again.
Huh?
I'll take pictures of them.
Yeah, I didn't see any RVs hooked up. Now, they might have had a light or an extension cord or something, but when I went by, they were running that real big generator that sits there, and they had these cables that octopused out to everything. So I think that's what they use.
So if they were gonna be they would have to go out and read them.
They have to go out and read them.
Because it's not pulled into me, no.
So we don't know what those use every month.
I don't know that anybody, like if they ask me, tell them there's no electric out there, like people that rent the park and stuff. Because the meters that we use are just on the new, where they can't put all the RVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I would have to get with Andy and ask him.
I know we're gonna have to do something because we went out there the other day, Michael and I, and there was a guy with his electric bikes hooked up, his computer hooked up, his cell phone, everything to under one of the pavilions. And then He goes, oh, I come over here and charge up my electric lights. I'm like, really?
Can it be turned off in the box right there?
I don't know.
There's a panel on the pier road.
I don't do that part.
We had the same thing happen to this pole over here by the museum in Breckenridge Petroleum. They hooked up to that and charged their phones and everything else, and that pole over there. And it's metered, but they still do it every
Like,
night.
like the pavilions and stuff, we can go in and turn the main breaker off, there's no power, so. Shut the door, lock it, you can't, there's no power to it until somebody rents it, you can go back in and kick the main breaker back on.
Then they don't know what they're doing, then
No, the city works
Just
with.
have a sideline meeting with Andy, maybe you're on the electric committee or whatever, to find out what we can do to control the electric usage at the parks when it's not being rented out or whatever. If it's putting lock boxes on the meter, or things, whatever. I mean, I think that's a good idea that you brought up, but maybe we need to look into that.
I mean, we
Because
got.
we went over that one day, and the guy had every piece of electronics that he possibly could get out of his house, hooked up to the thing, charging us.
We have to go out there and put the reservation papers out anyway, so while we're out there putting the papers up, we can go walk right in the door, flip the breaker on, it's ready to go.
Gotcha.
So, and then once they're done with it, we can shut it back off.
Thank you, Jeff. Were you the last one? I will. All right, we're gonna recess to go into closed session, 5-minute recess.
I do have a question. How do we pay for that?
That's coming out of the Shawnee